Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through those fears. Live an awesome life. Fear holds you back. Why aren't you going after the job you love? Why aren't you going after the relationship you love? Why aren't you losing the weight? Why aren't you fit? There's a fear somewhere. There's a habit, something you're telling yourself, and it could be that you're not good enough, or that that's just not who you are because that's for somebody else who's bigger and better and faster, or whatever the story is. I'm going to help you with the tools, give you the tools to help you to manifest your amazing life. You can manifest anything, but you manifest it. I do not. All right, so I want to talk, this is a shout out to my friend Elizabeth in Australia. I want to talk about what happens when you're doing all of the right things and life still isn't going your way, whatever that means, right? First of all, I'm here in Brindisi, Italy, and it is right on the Adriatic Sea. I'm hoping I don't have too much wind noise here, but I wanted to share this amazing view with you, if you can see it. And this is my hotel room. I have a beautiful balcony overlooking the sea, and this is what I'm waking up to for, I don't know, about 5 days, and then I'm moving on to the Amalfi Coast. I'm living the life that I desire, but life will always come with challenges. What happens when you're doing all the right things and it doesn't fall into place, and you're wondering what am I doing wrong? Because if I'm manifesting everything, I should be able to live this amazing life, right? Well, here's what's going on. You have things to learn, you have things to break through, you have doubts or fears or whatever it is that must be dealt with, because you think that because you're focusing on something, you're going to manifest it. And you might get a few of those things, but not everything shows up. Why is that? Everything's exactly the way it should be. Now, if you've taken my e-course, Break Through Fear, you can take it down here. Use the code Inspiration with Landria. It's a 6-week course. You get a big discount with the code, and you get access for a year. We go through step by step on how this works. And it's not like you're going to sit there and meditate and manifest something. I'm showing you what's happening between here, where you are, and where you want to be. And what's going on during this time period, this whole experience we have on this planet, why certain things aren't showing up. You're not here to just manifest things. You're here to learn. Otherwise, you could do that on the other side. We wouldn't even bother coming here because we think, something and we're there. We're not even bodies, or we will be if we want to over there. But it's not the same reality. Here we're dense and we believe the density. We believe the density. So my question to you is, what's going on that is blocking it? Or maybe you're just seeing things in a different way that is not beneficial to you. Maybe you're not grateful. Maybe you're still battling the things that are happening to you that you think they shouldn't be happening. You're not accepting that they're all purposefully for you. So my friend Elizabeth, I'm going to give you an example, because this is a prime example of somebody who's doing all the right things. I know, because she took my course. She did everything. She sees life completely different now. She's thankful for the course. She's going to give me a great review. It's a 5-star course. I haven't had anybody not give me a 5-star. So what happens when you things don't change? Well, things are changing for her. But I want to remind you, when we go to the higher dimensions, that means when we start to shift our frequency and we start to accept the things that are happening in our lives, we have to transition out of the things that aren't working. So some of the things you're experiencing right now are fall-offs, the fallout, I should say, of the job. She's going to have to lose her job to move someplace else. But she hates her job. It's not working for her. So it's funny, because she'd probably stay in the job if she wasn't moving. And I said, you're not supposed to have that job, but it's tough to let go of these things. So we said, well, why isn't this thing coming for me? You're not letting go of the things, or if you are letting go, it feels uncomfortable at the time until the new stuff shows up. And before the new stuff shows up, then we start to doubt and why aren't things working for me? Because if the new thing showed up, you wouldn't give a hoot about the old job, right? That's what's happening. All right, so with her, in her case, she took the course, she's doing all the work. She's meditating every day, maybe 6 days a week, something like that. She is practicing acceptance. She's like doing everything she's supposed to be doing, keeping a high frequency, and she's number one taking responsibility, which is why I'm working with her, is because she never comes to me and says, you know, here's an issue. She comes to me and says, I'm doing all these things, and here's what's going on, and here's how I'm feeling. And my response to her is, sometimes it feels like you're not getting an answer. Sometimes it feels like you're not being heard. You're doing everything like, what? Hello, here I am, right? I'm here. Everybody else is getting all this stuff, and I'm sitting here doing all the right stuff, and it's not happening. It is happening. So we spoke, and I said, you're doing all the right things. It's happening right now. These things are falling off. You have to allow them. The new place. Go to the new place. Let that job go. Deal with, she lost her daughter a year and a half ago. Tragic stuff. Allow it to go off. You don't have to have all the answers. Start to function as the person who's not going to be doing those things anymore. So now you're in a forward motion. We've talked about this before, right? You're in a forward motion, saying to the universe, I know this is gone now. Even though you're not out of it completely. I know this is gone now. I see this new life. You may not 100% know what the new life is. That's okay too. I knew this is here. So I'm going to start to take the steps. Start packing. Whatever. Start cleaning your junk out. If you want to move, start getting rid of the junk. If you want a new job, get ready for it. Get the skills, or start to, dress properly and put your resume together and get ready for the new life that does exist right now for you. Because if you're doing all the right things, that means you're not doubting, right? There's no right or wrong, but if you're one to manifest what you desire, you cannot doubt this. You have to become the new person. So after we spoke, actually we emailed a couple times. She wrapped a blanket around her, went outside, and she did one of my meditations, and a huge light, like a car light, came down like 10 meters in front of her. And she said, I didn't think a shooting star comes down there. No, it wasn't a shooting star, Elizabeth. It was some otherworldly message. We don't know what it was, but it was definitely a sign. It wasn't a coincidence that you got your message, that we do hear you. Things are changing. You are on track. It's all okay. Don't question it. It doesn't seem like anything's happening, but it is. So I want you to know there are going to be big gaps sometimes where you feel like you're alone, and that's still the test. Because if you constantly you knew everything was okay, you couldn't stand on your own 2 feet and truly be faithful, right? If I told you I had $1 million for you, in 6 months you'd get it, and you were homeless, you'd go, who cares? I'll sleep on the beach for 6 months, no biggie. But if you didn't think or know that you had that $1 million in a safe that I was going to give you, you'd freak out. You must stand on your own 2 feet and have the faith, knowing that that exists for you and that you create it, right? So that's the only way you can get tested. If everything came in and said, hey, everything's gonna be great, so just relax and whatever, you wouldn't be tested through the journey, right? This is why we don't know what we are. We came down here and we don't know what we are. Why? It wouldn't be a real game. We'd say this is fake. It's like going on stage. You can get killed on stage and you don't care, right? Because you're not really dead. It's no different. But if you went on a stage and you thought somebody a gun was really loaded, and they were going to pull it by the end of the first act, you take that really seriously, and this is what is going on. Does this make sense? That's how you get tested. So those angels aren't always going to come down and say yes. And you might get a butterfly. Grandma might, give you some signs or whatever. Say, we are here to protect you. I get those a lot. I'm sure you do. I've had big gaps where I'm thinking, I'm not getting a lot of messages here, because it's the messages. Work this out. You can handle this. Work this out. And then stand on your own 2 feet. You will learn by doing this. And then we'll step in when you are in that place of peace and abundance. And then you're communicating directly with everything. And you will. You'll get all kinds of messages, and it's going to be amazing. But again, you must know this. Keep doing all the right things. You will get your message at one point. Elizabeth, that was definitely your message. That was so amazing. Thank you for sharing that with me. I wanted to share it with my channel, because I want you guys to know that at some point your message will show up. Don't ever question it. You know if you're doing the right things for your own soul to evolve. You know this. We're all human beings. We all have personalities, and stuff comes up. None of us is perfect, including all the greatest teachers out there. They deal with all kinds of stuff. You're not alone. You're not alone. It's how you deal with it. If you have the faith, let's have the faith. No, you're always okay. You are always okay. I'm here to tell you that. You're unconditionally loved. Right? So your sign will show up. But only when you are able to stand on your own 2 feet, and you will not quit. Don't doubt and go back into the old habits and back to the whatever it was that's not good for you. This is the transition into the next dimension. This is what's going to determine whether or not you join the new earth. And I know you're totally capable of that. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.